And I get
Cedar,
to start.
you
Yay,
get to start.
yay.
You're the lucky
Okay.
person who gets to start.
Yeah, and I'm terrible with this question. I never know what to say.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Cedar.
Yeah. What do you stream and?
I stream. Oh gosh, it really depends on my mood. I'm really a variety streamer. I kind of stream. I like a lot of Apex. I've been streaming a lot of Fall Guys lately. I've got Dead by Daylight, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. What else
That's
do you
awesome.
want to know
No,
about me?
I mean, that's fine. That's
Okay.
good. What about you, Katie?
Well, I play video games twice a week, Monday and Wednesdays, and then I do just kind of hangouts on Fridays. It was for a little while book club, but it didn't work out great as a Twitch thing, so now it's just on my Discord. But yeah, I just play all kinds of different games. Darkest Dungeons. Right now, I'm going through Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, just kind of whatever I'm in the mood to play, really.
Sweet. Anafi?
I am 24 years old. I'm from Norway, and I'm a I'm a student. Like, I'm a full-time student, and I have a part-time job, and I am a musician. That's what I want to be. I want to be a vocalist. So I stream Twitch Sings.
Do you have any instruments or no?
I got my guitar, and I got a piano over here, and I got another guitar back there. Yeah.
All right.
But my main instrument is my voice. So.
Hell yeah, mine too.
Yeah. And I stream League of Legends sometimes when I'm not too tilted.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, League of Legends will do that shit to you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, and so that's awesome. Chat, all their names below them, like those are their exact names. I made sure I put an extra. Your R was already there, Cedar. I did it correct on here, just not on the advertisement. Okay.
Thanks. That's my legal name, guys. That's my full name.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, the next question is, chat, if you guys have questions, just hold them off because I'm sure we'll probably answer them. For like the little intermission part we have, it's going to be a Q&A from you guys, chat. So just at me and write your question down when I ask you to do so. That way it highlights it red for me and I'm able to ask them the questions. So, how and why did you begin streaming?
Am I starting first every time?
Yeah.
Just so that I don't run anybody over. Okay. I started streaming. Okay, so I started streaming back in 2018. I started because my husband at the time started streaming and I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to do this too. Like, and I liked video games before that, and like we would play video games and stuff, and then he started streaming, and that was basically like my introduction to Twitch.
Yep.
I had no idea what Twitch was before that, and that's kind of how I started. And then I took a long break. I took almost 2 years off, and then I came back last month, and it's been amazing. Like, I'm so happy to be back. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. Like, and you really get to connect with some amazing people, and
you build those crazy friendships over the internet. It's wild.
Yeah. I mean, not you and me. We've known each other since kindergarten, right?
Yeah. When I threw glue in your hair and blocks and all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Katie, what about you?
Well, I've only been streaming since the end of May, but last year I tried. What?
I said, hell yeah.
Last year I tried doing YouTube, but it just wasn't for me because I didn't enjoy the fact that I didn't have anybody to talk to while I was trying to record, and it just felt so forced for me. And then I also really didn't enjoy the editing process and struggled with it, so I ended up giving that up. And then this year in May, I made a friend who was a Twitch streamer, and she had me on her podcast a couple times, and it was a lot of fun being able to be so interactive with people, like in the moment. And then the fact that I didn't have to edit anything, was a huge draw for me. And so I was like, you know what, I should give this a try, and have loved it ever since. So
That's awesome. But you, Anifee?
Well, my first introduction to Twitch was watching the League of Legends Championship finals. But I didn't know what it was. Like, I thought the league owned Twitch. I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized that that was their job to be a streamer. And I've always wanted to like live in a gaming house and be part of an all-female team. But the thing is that I'm super bad at League. I love it, but I'm so bad.
Compete with Apex.
Yeah, but I tried to like stream it in the beginning in 2018 in November, but nobody was watching me. Nobody. And I was like, that's fine. That's how you start out, right? And then Twitch Sings came along, and it really helped me. And people were like, I was like, okay, I can sing on here. And that worked out for me.
Did you compete in that Just Sings tournament or no? Like I remember they had something like that.
Yeah, I would have loved to, but there was, Norway was not included in the list of countries that could participate, probably due to like tax laws and stuff. So, bummer, but that's the way it is.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? That's awesome. But next question is, for as long as you've been streaming, what have you found that was been difficult?
Oh, that's such a loaded question for me. Because I feel like I'm going to kind of like be a little edgy on this and maybe hurt some people's feelings.
No,
but I mean this in like a learning way for people.
Okay.
But I feel like making genuine connections has been the hardest part, and it's more on like this whole thing is about being a female streamer, is that like there will be people that I absolutely love, and then like I love them to death, and then there will be people that I just don't quite mesh with, or but you're in like the people pleasing kind of business type of thing, so you're trying to like please the people but also be true to yourself, and then you're like, I really don't like this person, or there's a bunch of people that I really don't like, but I'm trying to grow my stream, so I don't want to be a dick and like ban them or like tell them like fuck off. And then even more as like a female streamer, there's gross guys, there's gross people that come in, and they're and then you're like, even if they don't start out gross, they start out flirting with you, and you're like, why can't I just play my video games without having to be hit on? And it's like,
it's the biggest one. Yeah.
like, I just want to be able to be here just like all the guys and have fun and play video games and connections with other people without worrying about who's gonna hit on me today. And it's frustrating. Sometimes it's demoralizing, because it's like, are they here because they like my content, or are they just here because they think I'm hot? Like,
yeah, and then that's when you gotta think, like, do I ban them or do I not? Yeah,
because they could be meaning it with like the purest intentions, be like, oh my gosh, you're so cute, or oh my gosh, you're so pretty, but like you're like, I'm here for more than my looks. Thanks, like I appreciate it, but at the same time it's like, I'm more than just a girl on Twitch, like
I think that they get caught up in like the higher up female streamers and like what they deal with, and they think it's okay to say it to other people as well. That's what I think the biggest problem is for people who actually end up doing that. And those people who end up doing it are younger generation. It's that like they're like probably between as weird and as disgusting as this is for you guys to hear, they're probably like between the ages of like 12 and 16.
Yep.
Like, and they just like, oh, I want to try to hit on this girl today, But what about you, Katie? What'd you find that was difficult?
I had to think about this one, because I had to really figure out what I found most difficult, because I wouldn't say for me anything's been particularly difficult, so I had to like really think about it. I guess if I had to pick something, it would be actually learning the streaming software and figuring out how to best try and set up everything and try and make things look decent, and how to deal with lag and when my game is being, over the top and stream is super jittery and I'm just panicking like, how do I fix this? So just the actual mechanics of making stream work is what I've, I guess, struggled with the most. And just trying to figure out what looks good. Like I'll go to like bigger streamers and like look at their layout and be like, how do they have things set up? What looks good? What do I like? What don't I like? And then I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I still constantly am moving things around and trying to figure it out because I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the best part, you know? About you, Anafi?
Yeah, same. Like the technical stuff, there was just so much to figure out on your own. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, it looks so bad. Oh no. Oh no. And then on top of that, like I remember like one of my first streams, there was this troll, like now I have slightly thicker skin so I can handle it, but he was just like, hey, nice tits.
What the fuck?
And I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm just sitting here singing hallelujah, dude. I was so stop. And then, but that part doesn't stop. Like 2 days ago, there was this dude,
I
I'm
remember
assuming,
that.
yeah, he came into my stream and was like, unprovoked, just said, hey, my kink is like girls stepping on me. Like I like to hurt. I'm like, cool, dude. Nice. But not like skinny girls, like big girls like you. So hit me up sometime.
What
Like,
the fuck?
no! Take that somewhere else! I don't want it.
Yeah.
Go away.
And the thing is,
So,
hopefully it would end, but I don't think it'll ever end. You just gotta like learn to deal with it, or have your mods maybe get on top of it and shit. But
yeah, but it's in the beginning it would have been made me like super uncomfortable, but now it's slightly funny. I'm like, dude, what kind of social antennas do you have that you just come in here telling me about your personal business? Yeah, that's kind of difficult anyways,
Yeah, well, getting into that, I mean, Cedar, as being a female streamer, how do you deal with trolls that come into your chat?
I've kind of had to like learn to just ignore it, honestly. Like not even like you give them the tiniest bit of like attention to what they said, or let them know that they got under your skin a little bit, they'll keep going. They'll keep going. They'll go make another account. They'll do whatever. Like if you ban them, they'll go make another account. They don't care. They have no lives. That's what they're doing. So if you literally just ignore them and don't give them the time of the day, they're like, oh, I didn't get the reaction. All right, next person. Like, and luckily, like I have pretty good mods that if something happens like that, they'll usually hop on it. Sometimes I won't even see it. I'll have to like click to like unhide it, and I'm like, wait, what happened? And I'm like, oh, like thanks guys. Like, so that's just, I mean, that's just my best advice is just don't play into it at all, because especially because if you play into it, not only are they winning, but then it's going to like screw up your entire mood for the rest of the stream.
Exactly. That's awesome. Katie?
Yeah, so that's pretty much how I deal with it as well, is I try my best to ignore it. And of course, like depending what they say, like I'm really bad at hiding my emotions. So like if they say something and it's genuinely like, they'll see that and then I'm just like, goodbye. But again, a lot of times my mods will be so on top of it. I'll just see Hasbro has like banned this person from your chat, and I'm like, oh, what happened? And I like go and look, and I see the comment, and I'm like, okay. Something else that I've recently started doing on my Discord, there's actually a tab now for kind of putting these people on blast if they come. So if I get creepy whispers, be warned, it's getting screenshotted and it's going in my Discord and everyone's going to make fun of you.
Oh, I love that.
And so like on my Discord, people just get made fun of for the comments that I get, because I have gotten so many whispers that I wish I had screenshotted, but I just like deleted and was like, okay, we're not talking to you. But and everyone's like, screenshot. So I was like, all right, here's a channel dedicated to creepy whispers. Enjoy.
There you go. Hell yeah. What about you, Anna-Fee?
Well, I just like recently got a mod. 4K is one of them. So thank you so much.
Oh, little
but
Forky.
yeah, I call him Forky because
You don't want to call him Fatty. I understand.
no, I don't. It's oh, it's not that one. That.
Oh,
But
Forky. All I think about is the Disney Forky character.
That's literally what I call Sweet because he's trash.
Oh!
The roast! Oh my god. Well, to get back to trolls, I didn't know how to deal with them. I just block them and cry when I turn off stream, probably.
Oh.
Because it gets to me so bad, like, because they know which buttons to push, and they like get under my skin and make me feel real bad about myself. Because it's like real personal shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just sitting here singing. Can you leave me alone? But thank God the community, like when I went from like music and performing arts into Twitch Sings, it was a whole shift in attitude because that community is so wholesome. If you can look past like the few people that are bickering and creating drama, the other people so nice and wholesome. So I only ever like experienced it something real bad, like I can count on one hand that has happened when I stream Twitch things.
Crazy.
So
you wouldn't think you'd
I
get
don't know.
trolls streaming Twitch things too. You know, you
No, but,
usually
like-
be under just chatting and stuff like that.
yeah, but it was real bad. Can I say I don't know what's loud? Stop me if I'm getting too like.
Just I know the problem that happened. Just don't say the word that happened, okay?
Okay. But in the beginning, it was like when you followed somebody on Twitch Sings, their profile picture would pop up. So you could imagine like these dudes sitting in their own Discord like, oh, let's go troll this girl. Let's go troll some female streamers. Hell yeah. And they might have like made their profile picture something real nasty to look at. And then they would just follow them. And then the pictures would show up on screen. It's like, what?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Look at that. So it's like getting an unsolicited
Oh,
a weenie pic just on your stream. And just like
A
20
weenie
of them like wow, in your face. So how can you deal with that? You just can't. You just switch to another scene, like, anyways, guys, what you eating for dinner? Something like that.
Yeah. A weenie pic, dude. I've never heard anybody call it a weenie pic.
But I don't know what you're. Can you swear? Can I swear?
You
or
can swear.
I say? Okay. Okay, nice and good to know.
Yeah, you can swear. Oh my
I asked him that same thing earlier, so.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this kind of goes along with the question we just asked, but what is one thing that's helped you prevent trolls from coming to your stream? Or has there been nothing that prevented it?
No.
Because like from your first time that you've had the trolls
Yeah.
in your stream, like what have you taken from that one time that troll came into your stream and maybe prevented them coming back or prevented another troll from coming, whether it's maybe a certain word that you automatically have timed out in your stream or whatever it may be, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is like the auto mod features on Twitch are nice, but you obviously don't want to like block every like thing that could possibly be offensive because they're also like used when you're like being toxic with your friends. You know, like I don't know, like
Troll
I
back, Toxic says.
I don't know. Like it's hard because you have to find that balance because you don't want to be blocking everything, like, and blocking funny content, but you also have to like protect yourself. So I don't know. I'd say more on like the mod side, just having good mods is a really good way. I mean, it's more work for them, but it's also,
That's what they're there for.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Katie?
Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to truly prevent them, because there's, no matter what you do, there's always going to be a few people who enjoy causing problems for people, enjoy watching people be upset. So you could do like absolutely everything that you're supposed to do, and there are going to be people who come in and harass you because they genuinely get enjoyment out of that.
Run.
The only thing that I can think to do is try to build a healthy community and a protective community, almost. Like, if you have a group of people in your community that are kind and friendly and genuine, and then you have somebody come in who's being toxic and everything, your community looks at them and goes, hey, we're not like that here, you need to leave. And then the mod will handle it. I'm a genuine believer in, the kind of energy that you put out there is the energy that you get back. And so if you have a really toxic community and then new people come in, and you're going to get two reactions. The person's going to come in and see that the community is really toxic and go, that's not the community for me, and they're going to leave, and you've lost a really good person who might have been a really great member of your community. And then the other person who's going to go in and say, oh, here is a like-minded community of toxic people, I'm going to jump in there. So if you actively try to build a really nice, loving community that doesn't tolerate that behavior, you're more likely going to draw in like-minded, kind people. And then the people who are toxic are going to look at it and see that that's just not the norm in there. And they're less likely to speak up because they know it's not going to be tolerated.
Yeah, I agree with that like 100%, because like my stream was never like, I wasn't like never, but I haven't really started preaching like the positive vibes and having a positive community up until like probably like 3 years ago. And, I streamed on and off for like 7 years out of those 3 years, but like, or 3 out of the 7 years. And up until recently, like I used to get trolls all the time, like asshole trolls. And sometimes you can honestly make that troll into a viewer. Like, I was going to ask you guys if you guys like try to like reverse their brain into being like nice, almost. Because that's what I do when I get trolls. I don't know if it's different for you guys. Like, if you guys are going to maybe go with their trolling and they're going to be like, oh, this is no fun. Then they just leave from there, Like, it depends on what they're trolling about, obviously. But if you would go with their trolling and they're just like, dude, this is so boring. This person actually has fun in their stream. Like, what the hell? But yeah, that was good though, Katie. I agreed with that like 100%. Oh, what about you, Anna?
Well, same. But I don't think, because it's a whole thing, right? They enjoy to make people feel uncomfortable because they make them feel bigger by putting other people down. And they're taking time out of their day to do that, and that is like their hobby, right? So even any obstacle they'll overcome if they truly want to be that kind of shitty person. I mean, harmless trolling, that's fine, but like hardcore, I know where you live, I'm gonna stand outside your window, that kind of creepy shit. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to avoid that unless with mods and you just being quick to ban, because I get the growth opportunity, but at the same time I don't really want people watching me that are in that mindset, because it makes me super duper uncomfy.
Yeah. it's like quality over quantity, like
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's a bit, like it's scary. Like, even like when I used to stream Fortnite and mad people wanted to come and play games with me and shit like that, they found out my parents' phone number and they called my parents at 11 o'clock at night. And my parents are like the paranoid type, like, who the fuck is calling at 11 o'clock at night? And they're like, yeah, tell Gator to let us play in this Fortnite match. My mom calls me and they wouldn't stop calling her, and she had to take her phone off the hook. I'm like, dude, like that's some creepy shit, right?
It's
The messed up thing is if you know the person's name and stuff, they can pay, I think it's like $3 or whatever. It's cheap for all your information pretty much. Because it's all online. Yeah. So you got to be careful. That's why I took my last name off of like all my social media. It's freaking, it's creepy what people do. It's mind blowing to me. Now, this one, a lot of people that like I've seen and people have dealt with is for a female to get onto a webcam. It takes a lot because sometimes they're scared of what people think about them, right? So, what do you have to say to the other females out there that want to stream, like, and they want to get a webcam, but they're not sure on, you know, what people are going to think about them, or maybe they're in anxiety. Like, what helped you guys get onto the webcam?
Okay. So this one actually is kind of like really close to home for me because I, up until recently, was a boudoir photographer, and so I have dealt with a lot of women being afraid to get in front of the camera, mainly because of the type of camera. Like,
wait, so that's like you take pictures of them naked or something like that?
It doesn't have to be like fully naked, you know.
Okay, I don't know. But that's what that photographer that is, right? Like,
yeah,
they take like sexy pictures or whatever.
Right.
All right.
Yep. And so like my whole thing with that, and kind of what I would recommend for this too, is just like preaching self-love. Like, everybody is a good body. Everybody is a deserving body. Like, whether or not you're like self-conscious, like, nobody's going to really care besides you. Like, the people that you want in your community aren't going to care what you look like. Like, no, like, the only people who are going to care, or not, they're probably not even going to care. It's just a way to get under your skin, are the trolls. And like we said, you're going to get that regardless. You could have no webcam and still get a troll, and you could have a webcam and still get a troll, you know, like, so my thing is just like, do whatever you're comfortable with. Obviously, like, nobody's going to sit there and be like, I mean, nobody's going to sit there and be like, oh my God, you have to have a camera. Like, there's people who don't have a camera and have made it pretty far in Twitch. You don't have to have it, but if that's the route that you do want to go down, but you're a little bit afraid to, just jump into it. Like, there's nobody's going to be sitting there overthinking like, oh, you have a pimple. Oh, like, nobody's going to care. Like, nobody's going to even notice. They're there for whatever you're doing. They're there because they like you, you know. So just give it a try.
Absolutely. And I was literally just about to ask you if you think that females are like, you think it helps them having a webcam over not having a webcam?
As much as I hate to say it, yes, I think it does. Do I want that to be the case? No, but statistically, I'd say probably yes.
But that goes for both, right? That goes for, you know, male and females.
Yeah, I mean, it overall makes better content.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you get the reactions to the games, you get, you know, whatever, you know, your genuine reactions. But another reason that, you know, people like girls to have their webcams is because so that they can look at them. You know,
of course.
There's a lot of thirsty people out there, and I'm not even just gonna say just men. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of thirsty people.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not somebody that's super confident in myself, and for a lot of different reasons. So this is one that I really had to think about what advice would have helped me when I first started, because it took me a year to be willing to start my Twitch. Because I was just too scared for varying reasons.
What do you mind saying the reasons? So maybe there's someone in chat that might have the same reasons and how you overcome them.
I don't feel like I'm a particularly interesting person, and I don't feel particularly entertaining. So to me, in my head, I was like, well, why would somebody want to watch me? Why would somebody be interested in my content if I'm not an interesting person? So my advice would be to find something that you're genuinely interested in, that you are genuinely passionate about, because then that passion and that interest is going to come through. and you're going to appear more confident even if you don't feel confident because you know a little bit of what you're talking about. So like one of the first games I started playing on my Twitch was Don't Starve, because I have played Don't Starve for like over 500 hours and I feel fairly comfortable talking about it and I know a lot about it. And am I perfect at it? No. I'm sure I have lots of room to growth and for growth and everything, but it's something that I made me feel a little more comfortable. So, and just because a bigger streamer is streaming a really popular game and is getting a lot of attention, if you're not interested in that game, don't play it. People can see when you're genuine. They can see when you're having fun. Do something that is fun to you. And that is a good place to start. That'll make you appear more comfortable, and then people are going to come in and you're going to have an easier time with getting used to everything because you're doing something that interests you.
Yeah. A lot of people forget too. It's like they see where the viewers are, right? And not as, you know, where their comfort is. And because they don't want to lose that viewership. They don't want to lose, you know, the people that come there and watch them, you know, play whatever game that they play. You know, people are scared to switch games because they built their community around that, but they don't want to be there, and people can tell. But, you know, and those people who don't tell aren't their actual community. They're just there for, you know, their custom games or whatever they may be doing, you know? So, Anna-Fee, what about you?
So I can totally agree or relate to the feeling of, oh my God, I'm so boring. I'm not interesting. Nobody's gonna watch me. And that happens like every stream. Like once that chat like stands still for just a second, I'm like, oh my God, they hate me. Oh no. Like that. So but I tell them like, am I boring you? What's going on? But they reassure me that that's not the case. So I'm sure that's not the case with you either, you know? But let's get back to the question that was
It's the webcam one.
Oh yeah. Why did I get on cam?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, singing or how to convey an emotion or convey a message in a song, your facial expression and how you move your body is so important to. Oh, it's a tool you can use, right, to convey the message. So I did that in the beginning when I started streaming Twitch things, and then you know I got a lot of trolls and people are calling me, fat shaming me and calling me bad names and like you're a pig, like shit like that, and it made me so sad that I turned off my cam for like a lot of months. But then I started, you know, becoming more and more friends with the people in the community, and they said like, you will get a lot more people completing your duets or singing with you if you have your cam on. And I was like, okay. So it boiled down to me sucking it up and just if you want to grow, you need to show your face. And I didn't get any more trolls. I don't know what happened. Maybe that Discord group just went on to another game or whatever. But if I have any advice on if you're like on the fence about getting a camera, I would just say that like if you want to grow, you can grow without, but it's much easier with, because people feel a connection easier if they can see your face. And yeah. Is that what I'm saying? I felt I was just talking just to.
No, that was good. That was really good. Now we got one more question before the little intermission with chat. You guys get to ask them questions, whatever questions you guys want. Just at me. I know I've already seen some that people added at me, and they write a question. Just at me, write your question, and we'll ask them right after this question that we ask now. Okay. So, do you guys think it is easier or harder as a Twitch streamer and content creator being a female?
I really feel like that's a double-edged sword. I feel like on one hand it's easier, but on the other hand it's harder. I mean, girls typically have, thinner skin than the guys do. So, things are going to get to us a little bit more, I know myself, I'm definitely more emotional than 95% of the guy streamers. I mean, Gator, when you rated me that one day, I started crying on stream. So there's that emotional aspect that makes things a little bit harder as a female. But then there's also the way, I don't know. I just started streaming again, and I'm averaging a lot higher than most people would because, well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why that is, but it's definitely in part to people see a girl and they're like,
a girl gamer, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to play games with her.
Yeah. So I'm not going to chalk up all of my success to being a girl. I mean, I'm in some really amazing communities, but I do think it definitely is easier to grow as a female because, you can share a link and then add a picture with it if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that typically. I mean, I'll post them on my Instagram where the pictures go.
That's what it's for,
But I'm not out there looking for people to
do it
because they think I'm
just
hot. I
do
want them
it
to be there because
yesterday you said
they're
tomorrow.
interested
So
in the
just
content.
do it.
But
your dreams
I mean, if
come
you wanted
true.
to go that route, and there are
Nothing
girls
is
that do, and there's
impossible.
nothing wrong
No,
with that.
what are you waiting for? Do it.
Then I would say
Just
it's probably a
do
lot
it.
easier to
Yes,
just
you can.
post a picture and be like, "Hey, come hang out." I don't know.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I guess it would help if it would help if maybe the person had thicker skin, right?
Right.
If the female had thicker skin, and I mean, she just obviously didn't care. I mean, a lot of people out there, they don't care. I guess the females are just like, yeah, you want to see me here? Oh, is that $15 here?
Yeah.
But what about you, Katie?
I agree that I think it is both. It is easier in some ways and it is harder in some ways, and it just depends what part you're focusing on. The growth part is easier because my very first stream, I had about 10 to 15 people sitting in my very first stream.
Yeah.
And I know that my brother has been trying to do YouTube and stream on Twitch for a couple years now. And in a matter of 3 months, I surpassed him.
Oh, he's pissed at you.
He said he was a little bit jealous about that. But so I know that that's a thing that a lot of guys have to deal with, is the being noticed is really, really hard. So even though I've had a lot more growth, and that's a good thing, and the thing that's easier, the part that's hard is the harassment and the being treated kind of like you're not a human being and you're just something to be looked at and for their enjoyment. And yes, I'm in the field of being an entertainer, but it doesn't have to be sexual. I purposely try not to make it sexual. My brother and his friend, who's also a streamer now, were sitting in my chat the one day, and I had a group of about 6 or more people flood my channel all at once, making really disgusting, inappropriate comments about my breasts and things they'd want to do to me. And my brother and his friend were like, "Excuse me?" And my mods scrambled and blocked them, and then for the rest of the stream, they just kept popping back up.
To make new accounts, right?
Yeah. Them or more people from whatever group they were a part of just kept coming back in, to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want to give them credit for getting offline, but I've been streaming for long enough today, time to get off. And so then afterwards, my brother and his friend reached out to me and was like, "Oh my God, do you have to deal with that all the time? Is that normal?" And I was like, "Yeah, pretty much." And I'm sure there are women who get it worse than I do. And they were absolutely horrified because they've never experienced anything like that. Never. They don't get those sort of comments. They don't get that sort of hate. And so they were not really aware that that's a thing that happens. So yeah, the growth part is easier, but the dehumanizing harassment is definitely harder.
Yeah.
Say something on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's not even just with streaming either. Like you can just be playing a video game and have like, you know, like push the talk once to talk to your teammate, and they're like, either they're like, oh my god, a girl, and then or they'll be like, shut up, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
like
you get
there's no in between with randoms. It's
yeah.
oh my god, there's a girl in our lobby. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Or it's like, shut up, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, shut the fuck up. Like it's there's really no in between, and it sucks. Like,
yeah, so that's the thing as well. Like, put gaming on top of being a female on the internet, and it's like you're either super sexualized because holy crap, I wish I had a gamer girlfriend, or you're a fake gamer. You can't possibly be good at games. You can't possibly like games. You're a girl. You're doing it for attention. And it's like, I can't win.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, people think that too, and it's awful. You know. What about you, Anafee?
Yeah. I don't know. I agree. It's way easier to grow as a female, as a woman on Twitch, because there's like, oh my god, it's not a gamer girl.
Yeah.
And then they want to watch it. Watch the stream. But the harassment, the attention that you don't want, that part is way harder. And also, like, you feel really bad about yourself. Like, if you were to go on voice chat and then people call you disgusting things, like it makes you never want to play that game again. Like, when I was playing League, like, I would get picked on and like pinged to pieces, and people will write so disgusting things in chat that I would just like, okay, I'm not playing this for the rest of the year.
Because it reminds you back to that time where they actually, like, every time you play the game, right? It reminds you of like what they said to you and shit. You're like, shit, dude, I don't want to play this game, and it ruins the game for you.
Yeah, because it makes you feel bad. And imagine being like a young girl playing for the first time. Oh, video games! I just got my first computer. It's like really cool. And then grown-ass people talk to you and make you feel shit about yourself. What the hell?
Yeah.
Stop it. So yeah, it is easier growing, getting attention, but a lot comes with that attention.
Exactly.
You gotta prepare yourself for that.
Mm.
So, chat, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. Ruiner says, do you feel like people calling you beautiful is wrong if they say it when they say it when they first come in, and then when they leave?
I think it's one of those things where, like, if I know you and I've built a relationship with you and you come in and say, hello, beautiful, how was your day? Like, then I'm thinking like, oh, you know, like, I know this person. I know that they're not just here because they think I'm hot. You know, they're here because we've established in a relationship or whatever. And that's why they're here, you know, and then it's not just because of my looks. If on the first time that you come in and you're like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, or hello, beautiful, like, it seems more like a how you doing type of like Joey type of thing, you know, like
Yeah. They're just there for you. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I have to say.
What about you, Katie?
For me, if it's just, it depends on the context. Like she said, if she knows them or things like that. But like, if it's a new person that I've never seen, and it really depends how they're doing it. If they come in and it's just once, they're like, wow, you're pretty, I'll be like, okay, thank you. But if they keep on going, wow, you're so pretty, I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I actually had a guy be like, can I go on a date with you? And it's like, no.
I don't know what goes through their head. Like,
it's like, honestly, all I have to go off of is your orange username. Yes, I'm smitten. I'll go on a date with you. Like, if it's one time and it's just a real thing of, wow, you're pretty, it's like, okay, thank you, I appreciate that, it's a nice compliment, it feels nice, thank you, but leave it at that. Anything more and it's like, What do you want? Go away.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes creepy when it becomes too often or it's a lot, or it's over the top. Just stop. I don't know you. It's you're being weird. You need to stop.
Yeah. What about you, Anafee?
So you came into my chat like earlier today and was like, "Hey, beautiful," and I think that's real sweet because I struggle with my self-esteem and compliments such as beautiful. Yes, thank you. But comments such as "Hey, bitch," or with like a hard
Good point.
TC, because I say "Hey, bitch." That's
Oh.
kind of different. But like or "Hey, tits," or "Hey, da 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 da."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is not okay. But you seem real sweet, and I approve of that introduction. Like, hey, goodbye. But not
Yeah.
everybody will think that, you know.
Yeah,
Might I
yeah.
just point out we all have black scrunchies on our. Oh.
Wait, what the hell, dude? How do you notice
Scrunchy
something like
gang.
that? What?
Scrunchy gang.
I noticed.
That's
I noticed that
amazing.
Gator had it a minute ago, and I was like, "Hey!" And then, hey,
Wait,
What?
Gator has one too?
No, I don't.
Gator,
Oh.
get me one of your
Oh,
wife's
well.
scrunchies.
No.
You know,
no.
the brunettes with the black scrunchies.
Hell
We got
yeah.
it. Scrunchy gang. Hell yeah.
That's
God damn
amazing.
it,
I'm
dude.
not that observant. I would have never known that.
Jesus. Observation skills, huh? Jeez.
Right?
You got a lot of hair. You gotta be prepared to put it up at any given moment.
Yeah.
Loki
it
says, what
I did.
what's the
No, I hate it.
biggest mistake? What is the biggest mistake all of you think you have made as a streamer?
I think I got a lot of more mistakes coming.
All right.
It's an ever evolving, growing experience. Luckily, I don't think I've really had like a huge one yet, so I'm sure it's coming. But I mean, when I first started, I think it doesn't have anything to do with being a girl, but I think it was the whole like trying to grow your community and doing the whole follow for follow, lurk for lurk thing, like that just is proven not to work.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I think that's probably the biggest mistake I have because I have all these followers, but not that
It means nothing.
like
Yeah.
half of them are actually like legitimate followers.
Yeah.
So
Okay. What about you, Katie?
For me, I think it's probably that I'm just too trusting of a person. I tend to assume that people's intentions are a lot nicer than they actually are. I give them the benefit of the doubt that their comment isn't it comes across differently than what they meant it, and I'm reading too much into it, and I'm far too forgiving, which can lead to me being taken advantage of or manipulated.
Yep.
Because I want to believe the best in people, and I'm having to teach myself that as a woman on the internet, I cannot afford to be that trusting and that naive. That there are going to be people who don't have good intentions, and I shouldn't just automatically give my trust to. So that's something that is a active work in progress for me. I'm still trying to take a second to be like, okay, I don't know them. I don't have to just instinctively trust them. I don't know anything about them. Just no. So that being overly trusting and naive is my biggest mistake so far.
I once raided somebody, and then I forgot to end stream.
Oh no.
So I'm not gonna say, but I as soon as I realized, quickly deleted.
Thank you. I got to scrunch you, ladies.
The
Okay. We got.
Hell yeah!
It's not black, but it's Disney. Okay.
Hey, it's still a scrunchy.
Okay. Thank you.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
God damn it. All right.
I
So
love that
continue.
she legit
Sorry.
brought you one. I love it. Good job, Mrs. Gator.
Right.
And I can put it in a bun.
Wait, where's Bailey?
Right. All right. So what we're saying, Edfi, you were saying, oh, you forgot to end your
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah. I raided somebody, and then they went offline, and I don't know. I don't think anybody saw anything, but it was like super stressful. So my
Yeah.
advice, that's my biggest mistake that I've ever done. Like
Oh.
hiccup, don't do that. Always have a scene that's like stream is ending, so your camera is off at least.
Oh, I
Yeah.
need to do that.
No audio
Mhm.
included.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I need to do that.
Yeah.
big mistake. Big, very big.
I actually thought of a second thing. Can
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
say
go
another
ahead.
thing?
Yeah.
You made me think of it with your whole rating thing, is to be aware of who you're sending your community to, whether it's through raids or through promoting another person's stream. Because I know somebody that I kind of got a little bit upset with, that the fact that I kind of sent my community to them, and I felt like they were only after my community's money. And I was like,
Yikes.
I'm not okay with this. So just be aware of who you're sending your community to before you send them to them, because your community is so important, and you don't want to send them to people that's going to take advantage of your community or mistreat your community, because then you run the risk of your community going, I trusted you and you sent me here.
Yeah.
And so just be aware of who you're
Now-
promoting and if they align with your views.
Now, what did that other person do to make you feel that way? So maybe if people are in chat and they get rated, they don't act that way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want to. It's not a big deal.
And like I said, they just made there was a big emphasis on donations and money and things in general that just made me uncomfortable. So.
Okay. What about you, Anna-Fee? Oh no, you already went. My bad.
Yeah, I just had another thought.
I was like, wait a second.
I'm throwing off the whole thing. I'm sorry.
No worries.
You must
No,
speak again.
this is the
People want the
conversation,
links. People want the links to all the all their names that are below their webcam are their Twitch names. So just search their name on Twitch and you can file them there. Let's see. I know we had one more. Solely, I don't understand what you're trying to say there. It must have been with something else. But Cobbler goes, if you could change one thing on Twitch that would improve your experience streaming, what would it be? I don't even know what I would even say to that.
See, I didn't have time to prepare for this great question. I had time to think about the other ones. Okay, one more time. I forgot what it said already.
Okay, hold on. If you could change one thing on Twitch that would improve your experience streaming, what would it be?
Does anybody have an actual answer?
No.
Yeah.
Anybody? Go ahead, Katie.
Go for it. I need some time to think.
Okay, no worries.
For me, it would be discoverability, because a lot of times it's really, people don't scroll past the very first people right at the top, because nobody wants to scroll down that far to go down to the smaller streamers. So like, it can be really hard for people to be seen. There needs to be some sort of improvement on suggesting suggesting channels based on things you've watched, or I'm not exactly sure what exactly needs to be implemented to make it better. But finding new people and finding small people is really difficult, and which is why it's so important for bigger streamers to help promote some of the smaller streamers, because without that, there are people who just never get seen but have really good content. So making it easier to find people, I think, is something that needs to be improved.
All right, absolutely.
Do it with ads. They do targeted ads. Why can't they do it with channels? Like,
Yeah.
True. That's true. That's a good idea. What about you, Anna-Fee?
I think because there's like rules that apply to all streamers, and then there are exceptions, right? So I would like it to be like fair for both genders. If a titty popped out, you would get like a warning as a preferred girl, right? And then for example, if if a male streamer were to like do a little bit, they would get permabanned. So that is completely the other way around, like discrimination against the male streamers, I think. So more equality, and also why you take 50% of the subs? Like, can we just like 40, 60, like something? I'm bringing a lot to the table here.
If paying for my content,
Right.
like you can get a cut of it, but not half.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
I would say kind of like more on the equality thing. I mean, I understand why they cater to partners, but it also, like, there's a lot of things that partners have that would be so beneficial for smaller streamers trying to like grow that is only available to partners. Like, I understand that, you know, partners get better, you know, whatever, but like they have like more emote slots, you know, they can do like multi-Twitch or whatever, you know, like
squad streaming. I think that's probably the thing I would wish I would have now.
Yeah.
Over, you know, anything is a squad.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really freaking cool to have that, you know, like especially because like when I stream, usually the 3 other people that I'm playing with are streaming as well. So it's like, and we're all friends. So then it's like, oh, well, I have this tab open, but like this tab's getting neglected, or, you know, like, I don't know. I think that if Twitch made it a little bit more fair and gave us some more of those, what do you call those? Like things that the partners have.
What?
It doesn't have to be all of them. No, not emotes. Just like all of like all of the things that they have that we don't.
Perks.
Like the the perks.
Yeah.
Like the perks. Like they already get more money. They already have the thousands and thousands and thousands of people subscribing to them. Like, just give us a little bit of what they get. Like, that's all I'm asking. It doesn't have to be all of it. Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit, sir.
Maybe they could even have like a level, because the gap between affiliate and partner is
it's so large,
astronomically big. Maybe like a level in between.
But then if you think about this, right? Then when, like, if you were to hit partner, though, you would feel so accomplished, right? And it would mean a lot to you. That's why they do shit like that. You know what I mean? So if they were to put something in between, people are like, oh, okay, I'm just going the next step. Then I don't think partner would feel rewarding at that point, where they keep giving you little steps and steps and steps up into it. I mean,
okay, so just give us the things that we want at this step.
Right. I mean, they could bring down, because the 75 viewer, because technically it's not 75 viewers, it's like 100. You got to have like a consistent 100 people in your stream at all times. And like, if you apply with 75 viewers, you're probably gonna get denied about 3 times. But hey, it's all right. Hasbro asks, what's the most positive experience you guys have had streaming? Hell yeah. They had none, guys. They had no positive experiences.
I don't want to talk all the time.
No.
It's on the spot question. I have to think.
Honestly,
this one.
I got it.
Go ahead,
this one.
Peter.
All right. I'd say honestly, my first stream back into streaming. I mean, like I said earlier in the day, I took 2 years off. And then for the past 4 months, I've been part of another decent sized streamers. Can I name drop?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been part of like the Sweet D's community as one of I'm his top mod and stuff, and like just honestly, like his community kind of adopted me as well, and they were like really eager for me to start streaming again. They're like, hey, stream again. So like when I actually did stream again, I was already affiliate, because I got that, you know, back in 2018. So my first stream back was freaking amazing. Like I had like like, not that this is what it's all about, but there were so many people there. Like, I had a hype train. Like, people were just so excited to see me back streaming again, and like they really all showed out. So I think that was my favorite moment so far. Like, back
Absolutely.
streaming. So
Nice.
That's great.
For me, it's I guess it's along the same lines, is finding a community that is so supportive and so accepting. Really early on, I befriended Loki Doki, who's in chat, and like I was so early on into Twitch that I didn't even see that he has the like check mark. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. And so me and him just started becoming friends without me realizing how big of a partner that he's a thing, you know. And then he's been so supportive, and his community that's become my community has been so supportive and so loving, and they're so kind to me. So having the community that's so loving and supportive has been fantastic, and they're so protective. They're the people that are in my chat when somebody comes in being gross, they're like, no, you know. And if I didn't have people to help kind of protect me, I don't know that I would still be doing this. I think I probably would have gotten overwhelmed way sooner and probably would have given up. So,
and that's probably why he thinks you're so awesome too, is because you didn't treat him any different for having a badge, or he just felt like he was just a normal viewer, you know. And you know, a lot of people see the badge and they're like drooling over them, like, oh, hey, you know, hey, you want to be my friend, you know, let's play games together, and then you can host me after, okay? That'd be great. Like, it's not like that, you know.
Oh yeah, like I said,
and a lot of people treat it like that. It's awful.
I had so little information on what the heck Twitch was when I first started, that like, and everybody's got little things next to their name, like the different badges and the different things, and so I paid zero attention to it. I didn't even know it was until somebody else pointed out. They're like, oh my god, you have a purple check in your chat, what's happening? And I'm like, what does that mean? so yeah, just the community has been really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. What about you, Anna-Fee?
So yes, the community, people are super nice. Like, they way outweigh the few bad apples. And I actually got to know another girl who streams Twitch Sings, and I flew to her house, not to her country, and then she picked me up, and I stayed with her.
Crash right into her house.
Boom! Hello.
Hey, you want to sing? You want to sing?
No, but then I stayed with her for 2 weeks, and we did a couple of streams together, and I hung out in her town, and she showed me around, and I've never been to the UK before, and it was so amazing, the opportunities that Twitch has given me.
Yeah.
And I was able to leave my I worked part-time at a hardware store, which sucked the soul out of me every day. So I was able to leave that job to do Twitch and be a vocal teacher, even though that doesn't pay as well. But combined, I can live off it with student loans. So I'm able to live up my best life, beach. Hell yeah.
I love you. You're
Jesus. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have, I think we had one more question. Hold on a second. This question, hold on a second. Do you think people, we already kind of answered that one, Soleil. Do you think people can say mean things to you because you're a girl? I mean, they can all, they say mean things to anybody, you know?
Yes. Answer is yes.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right. Sounds good. Everybody agrees yes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This one,
that, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, everyone gets mean comments, but I would say that women get them more, and they're a lot more disgusting, and they're a lot more targeted.
Yeah.
Like, I had somebody come into the chat, and the first thing they said is, why are you so fat? And I was like, excuse me? And they're like, did I stutter? Banned. And it's like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm like sitting there for a minute, because I struggle with body image and self-esteem, and it's like, how do they know? How do they pinpoint what it is? And so
Because that's
yes,
every girl, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, media, stupid media. But so yeah, everyone will experience hate, but I feel like women have it on the next level of the sheer quantity and the absolute just hatred that goes
Yeah.
along with it.
Yeah.
So
Now Ruiner asks, I mean, this goes for pretty much anybody, but do you have any pointers for people who are just starting off streaming?
Do it.
Just do it. Hey, that's a good
Like Nike,
pointer.
just do it.
That-
Just do it.
That's a good pointer. You know, a lot of people are scared to hit that go live button. You just gotta hit it. You never know what's gonna happen
yeah.
to you when you hit that go live button, right?
Exactly.
You could be the next biggest thing. Who knows? But if you'll never know if you don't hit it, if you don't
Yeah.
try. You know.
I'd say just do it and be yourself. If you are putting on an act for anybody else, it's going to get real tiring. It's going to be something that's very tiring for you to continue, and you're not going to love it. And then you're going to have those times where you're like, well, I'm acting like this, but that's not really even who I am. And then you're like, are people going to even like me if I stop this act, or do I have to continue this act forever? So just be yourself right out of the gate. People will love you, and if they don't, then they don't need to be there.
Exactly. What about you, Katie?
This is a really similar question to the next
Yeah.
one that you had. So I'll just give the answer that I prepped for that.
Oh, true.
Is basically, so it basically the question is advice for early streamers starting out, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can just jump right into the next question. I mean, it'll pretty much cover both of them at the same time, you know?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you had something to say, I'm sorry.
No. Go.
Okay. So basically my advice and this goes to anybody, not just women streamers, but just everyone in general, is when you're first starting out, it's really important to pay attention to your chat. It's really important to build that connection with the people that are in your chat. And I know it's really hard when there's nobody there to have a conversation, but when they're there, pay attention to them. If you're playing games, play a game that allows you to be super interactive with them. Save the games that require a lot of focus for when you're a little bit bigger and you have a few more people watching and sitting in your chat, because then they can have conversations amongst themselves and you don't have to have, so much focus on them. But building that community and making them feel welcome and wanted is so important. So pay attention to the chat. And so, like, one of the games that I play is Darkest Dungeons. You can name characters after the people in your chat. They can pay to have their characters named after them. And then they feel invested in the game and they want to come back and be like, am I still alive? And when their character screws up, like Loki, if his character misses, I'll be like, damn it, Loki, he's 3 feet in front of you. How did you miss? And then everybody in the chat's like, Loki, I wouldn't have missed. And, and it's, yeah, it creates an environment where people want to come back. So try to be as engaging with everybody as you can.
Absolutely. What about you, Anna-Faye?
What?
If you could.
I saw Loki in the chat.
If you could give another, I guess we could just say, either female streamer or just streamer in general advice that is looking into starting streaming, like what could you give them?
My advice would be to know your boundaries and set boundaries, like clear rules. For example, in my stream, it's I'm very clear. I have my rules in my panels, and before you going into chat, you have to accept. I value respect. There will be no racism, no homophobia, no misgendering people on purpose or anything like that. My stream is a safe place, and if you come in here and stir up shit to be a little shit, you're gonna get banned. And it's better to have few people who are good people watching you than to build a viewer base that make you uncomfortable going live. So yeah, know what you are okay with, what you are comfortable with, and don't laugh along uncomfortably. If you don't like it, you don't have to laugh. If it's not funny, don't fucking laugh. You know?
True.
don't be afraid to call that shit out. Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's something that I've seen like a lot of streamers do is like they're like, well, like I don't want to piss anybody off because I'm still trying to grow and like I don't want like people to stop coming because they're gonna think that I'm like, and so then as your community evolves then they think that those things are okay and it's just gonna get tenfold worse. Like so don't be afraid to call that shit out in the early stages, like, and set like she said those boundaries really early.
Yeah.
That was actually some advice that I got as well, is that it's your corner of the internet. It's yours. And if you don't want to put up with something, you don't have to. And if people don't like that, then good riddance. They're not the people you want in your corner of the world anyway. Like your Twitch is yours to do what you want with. And if they're making you uncomfortable, you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. So I have like 5 years of customer experience under my belt, like working at a hardware store, dealing with old people, young people, stressed Karens, everything in between. And it's there. They always threaten with, "I'm never gonna come here and take my business here again." Like, good. We don't want you here. I don't want you here. I don't want to make my life about pleasing you. When you just, when you're going to spit in my face, you're going to call me things. No! Life is way too short to deal with that. So, goodbye. Have a nice day.
That's great. There's another question. I'm gonna, this will be the last one from chat. And I'll answer it as well. But do you think that it intimidates people having too many mods? And I'm going to say yes. But Cedar, you can, and I'll explain my reason after you guys are all done.
I'm going to say yes, but I also think it's important to have like more than just 2 or 3. I mean, obviously, as you grow and whatnot, you don't want your chat to be sword, 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 nothing, sword, nothing, sword. Like you want a balance, but also, like in my case, 3 of my mods are the 3 people I play with. They're there, but if we're mid game, somebody else has to be there, like to take off whatever's happening while I'm mid game, focusing on the fight, and somebody's trolling over here. Like they're obviously in the same fight as me, so I'd say like people that you trust, and the people that I game with are the people that I trust because I've built that like rapport with them. But you also have to find people that you don't game with and have that balance, like kind of, in my opinion. Mikey is multitasking. Go.
Because I feel like people feel intimidated. Like a new person come into a stream, you see all their mods talking, and that person's like, "Shit, do I want to talk with all the mods?" Like that's kind of awkward, right? And they feel intimidated, and that's why like myself, I don't have a lot of mods, and if I do have like mods, like I would pick mods that either don't stream or they don't stream the same time as me, so that there's people there all the time, But Katie, what about you? Do you think it's good or bad to have a lot of mods? And
I don't know. I feel like a bit conflicted on this, I guess. I never really thought about it because when I go to people's streams, I don't pay attention to all those little badges and things, really. So I guess I'm not very observant, so I never really notice, oh, this is just a bunch of mods talking. I think that it's so important to have mods that I guess I can see why it would be a little bit intimidating. I think the important thing is not only to have, like Cedar said, have mods that you trust and everything, but mods that aren't going to abuse their power. So I think if your mods can come across as friendly and accepting, that'll help, even if you have a lot of them. Because at a smaller level, you don't need as many as you will, as you get bigger. Because as you get bigger, then, your mods have a harder time keeping up with everything, and it's good to have more of them. Because you don't want your mods to feel overwhelmed. But I think just making sure that the mods that you're picking aren't going to abuse their power and aren't going to purposely intimidate people, then I think that's important. But just coming into a stream and seeing, oh, there's a lot of green swords here.
Yeah.
That doesn't intimidate me personally. So I don't know. I feel a little bit conflicted on it. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more before I could give like a definite answer of being like, oh no, that's intimidating, or no, it's not, because it's not ever something I've really taken into consideration or really noticed.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even what Loki is saying, they're more than just banning people. They want to encourage the chat on, hype the chat up, really amp the chat with, you know, all right, everybody, let's see if he makes us play, you know, let's spam this emote or you know, whatever, you know, or if there's a train happening, they're like, all right, choo choo, everybody, let's go around. Like it's just you're being fun about it, you know?
Right. Like, yeah, if they don't, like they said, don't abuse the power and just instantly ban people for little comments, or if they're good mods, then I think having a lot of mods isn't a problem. I think it just depends on the quality of your mods, I think.
Yeah. What about you, Anafi?
Well, I get that it might seem intimidating to some people. If your intentions are a little sus, it might be intimidating. It's not intimidating to me, but I get why it would be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a bad person if you're intimidated, but it's everything is subjective. That's my answer. Yep.
All right. Awesome. Now this goes into the next question, kinda. But how do you guys pick your mods? Like, you know your chat, right? And say someone wants to become a mod in your chat, or maybe, you know, I know some people have applications that they have. I know some people just like they just do good friends and that's it, or they do people that they trust. Like, how do you guys pick your mods?
Okay, so right now I'm actually like kind of trying, like I haven't put anything out there yet, but like I'm like kind of like casing my chat for somebody that like I feel like I could trust, because like I said, majority of my mods are people that I play games with. So I'm trying to find that kind of like person that I don't play games with, but is still there a lot in my chat, and kind of like somebody that I feel is mature and that I would be able to trust with that power and not abuse it and not piss off my chat because I got a sword and now I'm better than all of you guys. Like, haha, like no, like I don't want somebody like that. So I kind of like showcase, or not showcase, like just like kind of like peek at my chat and like be like, this person might be a good mod, or this, you know, this person's always here, like, and they've never caused any issues, or this person's pretty mature and knows what they're talking about. And then I kind of like, my plan is to approach them and be like, hey, would you like to be a mod? Don't worry if you don't want to, like, I'm not gonna be mean to you in chat or anything, like, and then kind of like be like, okay, well, like, if you want to, like, these are what the expectations are, like, and like, here you go. Here's your sword. Like, that's kind of my plan. Because I, like, as of right now, all of my mods are just people that I've built that connection with, that I know that I can trust with it. So people I know pretty much. So
yeah.
That's my plan going forward, though.
Oh yeah. What about you, Katie?
So when I first started, my mods were people that I knew in real life and that I knew I could trust, because I had been friends with them for a while. And then after that, it was a few extra people, as I was growing and I was noticing that some of my real life friend mods, you know, weren't available at the time. So I didn't have any mods in the chat. I modded people that I trusted. Trust is so important as a mod, and not just as people who are gonna, you know, ban people when they come in, but they have to be able to protect not just you, your community, but also somebody that you, as a woman, don't have to be afraid of creeping on you. One of my mods, Hasbro, told me about somebody that he saw experiencing just that somebody that they thought they could trust and that they had modded was all of a sudden being very, very creepy and kind of sexually harassing them. So mods are the highest level of trust, I think, that
Yeah.
you can give somebody in your Twitch. And it's not something that you just give to people without much thought. It has to be so important. So it's just something that you have to think about for a while and be like, do I think this person has the best interest for me and my channel? Can I trust them? And then you just go from there.
Absolutely. What about you, Anna Faye?
Yeah, same. Because to me, it's like almost unimaginable that somebody would do that kind of job for free. So I was like, I have never asked somebody to be my mod unless they asked me first and like showed interest and be like, hey, I noticed you need a little bit of protection. Can I help you? And I was like, yes, please, thank you so much. But it's always people that have been around for a long time that I know I can trust. And when the need arises for a mod, I'm like, yes, thank you for offering to work for me for free or to like help protect me. Yes, my knight in shining armor, here you go. Please protect me, protect and attack and do everything. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
I'm
So-
going back to like the trust thing though. Like you also have to trust them to show up. Like you don't want
Yeah.
to just mod them and then like they never come back. Like
Yeah, I know that feeling. You know, usually when you mod people, they don't show up anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, but yeah, you still want them to come there because you need somebody to actually be there to mod your shit. But
Yeah.
And if Forky is so proud that he's a knight in shining armor for the first
Hell
time.
yeah! He protect me and he helped me. I don't know what I would do without you, Forky. So thank you.
aw,
You're so sweet.
Yeah. I know what I would do without him.
Sweet's armor is rusty.
Hyper Forky, dude. I'm calling him Forky from now on. I'm not even gonna call him Fatty. His name is
Hell
Forky.
yeah!
I do that same thing though. If I see somebody whose name is like I feel like is harsh, I know it's their username and they picked it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I'm calling you by the last video name because I'm
Yeah.
not saying that.
Yeah. You gotta love yourself some Forky, I'll tell you. All right. So the next question is, do you think it hurts your viewership? Like say, you know, you just started off streaming, nobody really knows much about you, right? And you know, they don't know if you're single or in a relationship or whatever, and they just assume you're single, right? And let's say you don't get that many viewers, but when you end up saying, or no, you say you're single, you get a lot of viewers, and then you end up saying you're in a relationship, do you think people leave after that? Because they like fantasize about, you know, the white knights being able to get in a relationship with you and stuff like that?
All right. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure nobody knows whether I'm single or in a relationship because
True. That's facts.
people don't understand.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
you're in a
understand.
different boat.
It's
Yeah.
Could I just defer this question?
Yeah. You could defer.
It doesn't
Go ahead.
apply.
Yeah. Go ahead, Katie.
I actually have firsthand experience with this a little bit.
All right. Awesome.
So when I first started streaming, I gotten told that in order for me to be successful as a girl on the platform, I have to play into the simp army, and I'm not allowed to say that I'm married. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's just how it is. And so I'm on my either the first stream or the second stream I'd ever done. And I'm sitting in a call with my friends because it was more comfortable that way to have friends with me at the time. So that's going back to the comfort thing. Maybe have friends with you on the first couple streams. But anyway, so I was sitting there and I had about 10 to 15 people in my chat, and they were asking me random questions and everything was going good. And then somebody goes, "Are you married?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And I instantly lost half of the people in my chat.
Crazy, huh?
And my friends were like, "Oh God, Katie, you can't say that." And I was like,
how fucked up is that?
And I almost stopped streaming after that because I felt was very uncomfortable by the idea of pretending that I'm not in a relationship just so that I can have these people who are not there for the best reasons. They're not there because they enjoy my content. They're there because they think I'm pretty or they want to fantasize about me. And so and I talked to my husband about it, and he said that if I was uncomfortable and that by that, then don't do it. And that the people that were not there for the right reasons, sure, they'll leave if you are in a relationship. Then you're left with the people who genuinely like you and genuinely want to be there. Those are the people that you want in your community, not the simps, not the ones that are there just because you're pretty. And so from then on, I said, yeah, no, I'm married. I say it constantly. So
yeah, you just gotta be real, true to yourself, you know. Cedar, go ahead, just let it out. Holy shit, dude. Chat, you're so fucking brutal, dude.
what is happening?
You're so brutal. Poor
Oh,
freaking
why?
Sweet, dude.
Okay, so Sweet is my ex-husband, and we're still really good friends, and most people don't understand the dynamic of the fact that we play together all the time and stuff, and that, like, we have a kid together, so, like, we are actually around each other, hanging out a lot, and so everybody is like, oh, they're just friends, and then they're like, wait, that's Cedar's kid, oh, wait, that's Sweet's kid, wait, I'm confused, and then they're like, wait, you guys have a kid together?
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, are you guys together or are you not? And it's just like really awkward, like all the time, because we're not together. But like everybody's like, what's happening? It's just a really like taboo, different style relationship,
Yeah,
and
hey, it's different.
people don't understand, and that we don't understand, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
why the
fucking
chat
hiding,
games-
Sweet. God
I'm
damn.
just fucking like looking at chat. And just like, oh God.
I think it's fantastic that,
That is
you know,
good,
you
you know?
have a good relationship with your ex, because if nothing else, it's a good environment for your child.
Yeah.
I know so
Yeah.
many people who,
Absolutely.
after their parents separated, their parents, you know, would drop them off in a parking lot and they would get from one car to the other. That's not healthy for that child.
Yeah.
So you're being fantastic parents by being on good terms with each other, and I applaud you for that.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you. Thank you.
Sweet
Is
D,
it
Sweet D
safe
goes,
now?
is it safe now? Oh, this fucking guy, dude. Anaphy, what about you?
So, yeah, it definitely is a thing. So I'm single right now, but when I was with my ex, and when I told people like, hey, my boyfriend said no days playing Warhammer, like 10
Can you
to
say that
like
again?
5 to 10 people.
What was he playing?
Warhammer.
Oh, okay. never mind.
Warhammer.
Oh, there you go.
I love it.
I love the accent, dude. It's freaking awesome. All right, go ahead.
Do we have accents too? I'm sorry, I'm asking that.
No, but you have an American accent, right?
That sounds weird.
Sure.
So
Oh,
yeah, but there's like UK English, and then there's American English, and then
Yeah.
there is Canadian. We watch like Europe, the rest of the world. We watched American TV when we grew up, so we know.
All right, I totally
We
like
know.
We
diversified
know.
my
We
opinion,
know.
I just wanted to know.
We know. You know, friends. We know. The show
cute.
Friends. I'm not saying that we're not. Okay.
Oh, Jennifer
Uh,
Aniston. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you started you hear that? You
Jesus
started a little
Christ.
fantasy thing happening.
Oh man.
Oh.
Go ahead, Anaphy. We're back to the
Yeah.
back to the question now. Let's not get sidetracked.
So
God
it
damn.
definitely applies. I had like 5 to 10 people leave, like as I say, yeah, I have a boyfriend. Well, bye. Fuck this shit, I'm out, and they leave. And also, which is like, I can like relate to maybe like my ex had this expectation, or he had this idea that when I was streaming, there were people drooling over me, which I was like, what the fuck? I sing and I wear turtlenecks almost. What are you talking about? But it got really, really bad, and he made me stop streaming for like a lot of months. But now that I finally, left him, I found the spark again, and I can, stream again. But it's sad that that is the expectations, and also you can compare it to like K-pop, because like girl groups or female K-pop artists, they have in their contract that you are not allowed to date, right? Because you're selling the idea of, oh, maybe one day you could get with this girl. And yeah, it definitely helps your viewer count to be single or portray yourself as single.
That sucks.
At what cost, though? Yeah. It's like that creepy demographic, but it is the demographic nonetheless.
Yes. That's it. Like, it might affect your numbers a little bit, but if at the end you have to think about quality, like the people that you really want to be there.
Yeah. So the answer is yes, it does affect it.
Sorry, Forky says he's now single. Bring on the viewers.
Come here, just watch me.
So this is the last question, and then we'll wrap it up. We do the little outro thing, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and raid somebody, and we're going to use everybody's emote. It's not just gonna be my raid; it's gonna be us 4 raid, and all of our communities are gonna come together and just blow someone's chat up, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
Now the last question is, how did it feel for you guys on your first stream? Like, were you scared, nervous, shy? Like, how hitting that go live button, what is your first initial feeling or thought?
God, can't remember that far back, so I'm just gonna go with like the most recent renewing of streaming. I was really nervous. I mean, the first time I went back on, I was just on my Xbox because I didn't have my. I don't know what my light's doing. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
I think people are following me because it's connected to my Twitch.
Oh, okay.
So it's like freaking out behind me. What is it doing?
They're gonna do it more now that they know that it's gonna trigger it. You know that.
Oh my god. No, really it is. Oh my god. But what was I saying?
How you felt when you started again?
Oh, it's not.
You're
it's
nervous.
sweet fucking changing the lights.
God damn
Anyways.
it.
Stop it. I'm gonna turn it off.
So you were
yeah,
nervous?
I was nervous. I was on my Xbox and I didn't even have a camera or anything. So like I could hide, you know, and I could just talk. But honestly, like the first time I streamed with a like on my PC with like a camera and stuff, I was like, oh gosh, like people are actually gonna see me. Like, I mean, I have socials and a lot of people were on my socials and stuff, but so people knew what I looked like and whatnot, but it's a totally different thing for people to see you while you're actually like live streaming, and talking to yourself is really weird, which is why I strongly suggest like at first like play with some friends or something, because like sitting there in silence and like talking to your computer screen is like kind of intimidating at first. But
now, do you guys like stress out about makeup? You got to get your makeup ready, you got to get your hair ready and all that shit, or you just like you go to work, you come home, whatever, and you just stream?
I don't really stress about it. Like I'm very minimalist with my makeup as is. Like I don't even wear makeup to work, but I do wear makeup to stream. And that's more just because like it is being documented on the internet. Like nobody's taking pictures of me while I'm at work. So and then I don't know. I mean, I do. I mean, I don't really care about my hair as much because fuck my hair, but.
What about you, Katie?
Quick answer the makeup thing, and then I'll say about the feeling. It depends on the day. Sometimes I want to do makeup like today because I knew I was going to be coming on here and everything, and it's going to be a big day for me. Like I never come on other people's streams, so I was like, this is a big deal. I like did the whole makeup thing, but there are some days where I'm just like, I can't be bothered. Y'all have to look at me with no makeup. Sorry, I look gross. You're gonna have to deal with it. You know, because like sometimes I just can't be bothered. But I also really enjoy doing makeup, so it's something that I genuinely have fun doing. So it's not like I'm stressing over it. It's like, oh, yay, I get to feel pretty today. Awesome. But the feeling that I got when I first started, I don't know if anybody was ever in drama or choir or anything where they have to perform. But the feeling that I get going live is similar to that feeling of when you're standing on stage and you're waiting for that curtain to come up. It's nerves and it's excitement, it's anticipation, it's what's going to happen. Is this going to go well? So it was a huge mixture of feelings, and it wasn't necessarily like negative feelings. You are at a rave. Like, hell yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Sweet D, thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
So yeah, it was a mixture of a lot of things, and it wasn't all bad feelings. It was just a lot of butterflies and anticipation, I think.
All right. What about you, Anna Faye?
So excited, but I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Nobody told you about how many hours you're gonna spend making your panels, how you're gonna learn to route, go XLR, all that thing, and how much work it actually is to stream. But I was super excited, and also I right now I'm wearing a little bit eyeliner, a little bit mascara. That's about what I do because I'm real uncomfortable. I have sensitive skin, so I'm comfortable wearing like foundation and stuff. But makeup is, I don't know. I feel people treat you different when you put on a little mascara. I feel like.
Yeah.
I've noticed
You
that.
feel a little different too.
Yeah, like, do I look like a homeless man? Yeah, sometimes. But now I don't know.
Now you look like a homeless man with fabulous eyelashes, you know?
Yes. Yes, I do. Hello, my name is Amphi. I'm actually homeless. This is outside. You see the forest? Hello.
Now, Anna, I have a question. Now, I watch another Norway streamer, and they have the same exact, like, are all your, like, apartments, like, super, like narrow?
So this is a student dorm. So if that person lives there, then yes.
Okay, because it's the same exact layout as yours. It's weird.
Oh my god, who?
I would have
Are
to
we
find
neighbors?
imagine.
Go knock.
Imagine.
Live stream that.
Because that's
Who is it?
You know
Send it to
Candyland?
me.
No, probably not. Candyland?
That's a face of no right there. So,
Yeah, I'll have to send you a link, dude.
Yes, please.
It's somewhat.
And I could be like,
it's somewhat
hello.
similar, yeah. But
Nice.
yeah. Wait, did you? You were? What'd you say you were? Scared, nervous, shy when you first?
Excited. Yeah.
Excited? Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I started streaming because I was real lonely, like student in a new town. I'm like, huh. And also because my computer was super shitty, or I thought it was good, but it was actually super shitty. And my screen or my camera went green. I was like, what's going on? And it was lagging and everything. So excitement and then immediate anxiety and oh my god, I need a computer. And then saving up for a year to get a computer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys all coming on the show tonight. Hopefully, you know, people in chat got a lot of knowledge through it to help them out if they want to start streaming. And they're females. I know Hands Bands was super excited and got a lot of information through this and helped her a lot. So hopefully helped out other people. You can find Cedar. Just tell them where they can find you. Obviously, it's, you know, your name, whatever. Go ahead. Where can they find you? What's your channel name? Twitch.tv. Okay, Cedar. All right, awesome. Thank you, Cedar. Woo! 3 R's, by the way, guys. 3 R's.
2 E's, 3 R's.
There you go. Well, no, it's
Actually,
technically
there's
3
3
E's.
E's.
3 R's.
But they're 2.
All right. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of you. Katie?
So my Twitch is, you know, what it is here, and then my Instagram, there's just an underscore between Katie did and games. That's about it. I don't have a Twitter or anything because I'm an old lady and I don't know how to use social media. I struggle to use.
Yeah, I tried tagging you on
Instagram.
Twitter, and I couldn't find your
sorry.
Twitter. I'm like, what the heck is she doing over here? And then
I don't have one.
It's all right. Now,
Yeah.
how often what's your schedule like?
How often do I stream?
Yeah.
I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Awesome. Cedar, when do you stream? Do you have a schedule or?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm probably going to be adding in another day, probably in like the next 2 weeks or so.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yes.
Anna Fee?
now I try to. First of all, hello, my name is Amphi. It's here. That's my name. On Instagram, it's the same thing with another E, so it's 3 E's on Instagram. And on Twitter, my name is Amphi2. Yeah, because the one was taken. I was like, sick, dude. And also, I try to stream every day, but now I have work coming in and university. So probably it will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, because Friday and Saturday we're gonna be party.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go. All right, now, guys, if you guys enjoyed them, please go give them a follow. Go check their streams out when they're live. You guys heard it when they were live. Thank you everybody for coming. I really do appreciate it a lot.